My students, in lesson number 13, I taught you about compound sentences and connecting ideas. Now, in lesson number 14, I want to teach you about using adverbs. What is an adverb? I taught you. Click that link. Nevertheless, this is a word that tells us more about what? Number one, a verb. The adverb itself. Are we together? It describes, they describe and tell us how an action is being done. Are we together? Are you getting the gist of this knowledge? Now, come with me. Now, I want to teach you how adverbs bring an implication to language. That is grammar. This is it. Now, adverbs tell us how. Adverbs tell us how. Number one, they tell us how. Number two, adverbs tell us how often. Remember, how and how often are two different things. You know, we are not lazy. Let's not take grammar lazily. Grammar is for sharp students only. If you don't understand it, get out of the game. Now, number two, how means how something is done. Are we together? Remember, the word how and how often are different. Let me show you the difference. Now, how often brings us to a station of the gradual happenings of something. The habitual continuation of something. How often? It's the how added with the gradual happenings. Now, or to what extent the how was involved in either an action. I don't know if you're getting my point. So adverbs, another thing, let me underline this so that you get it clearly. To what extent an action is happening. Now, I want to make a correction here. It's not to what extent. It is to what, let me check here correctly. It is to what extent. It is to what extent did that action happen. Now, the big deal is this, that now adverbs, they tell us how often, or to what extent an action is happening. Now, they usually end with ly. You know, I know you have, I taught you in the first lecture of adverbs, I taught you about simple adverbs. For example, quick, fast. But now I want to teach you about the implication of real serious adverbs on sentence. For example, come with me. The student speaks clearly. Are we together? The student speaks. As we know, this is simple. I want us to learn these things simple. The student, this is our subject, which is the noun. That is the subject and the noun. The student. Are we together? There is an article. I'll teach you how articles imply or how articles affect language. The student. Because if we say students speaks, or I say student speaks, that will not bring that conclusion in grammar. Because when I say students speaks, that is a different statement, except and preferring to the student speaks. Those are two different things. The student speaks and student speaks. Those are two different things. So it is the student speaks clearly. And we have speaks. This is an action. This is the predicate, the verb, and the predicate. Verb is another name for predicate. And we also have now clearly, which is an adverb. How does he speak? Now, this adverb here tells us how. So how does this student speak? He speaks clearly. You get the point? Now, let me show you another thing. He always arrives on time. You know, this adverb, yes, it's an adverb here. The he is a pronoun. And now always is an adverb to show us, number one, how often does he arrive? Now, he arrives always. That is one. On time. Are we together? Now, on time will be our preposition, as arrives will be our predicate. Now, the big deal is here that now he always is a habitual happening. How often? We also have another sentence here. She worked. She, which is our pronoun, she worked. Worked, which is our predicate. You know, these are things that we should be naming. Worked is our predicate, which is the verb. And also slowly. Now, this is my main point of focus. Now, she worked slowly. Slowly shows us how she worked. So she walked slowly to the door. Now, this will be our phrase of a prepositional phrase. To the door. I don't know if you're getting my point. So she walked slowly. Sorry, let me correct something here that I have realized. You know, I must make sure that things are good. She walked. You know, let me check here and also correct this. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. Good. So it should be she walked. She walked. Walked, which is our predicate, which is the verb. Now, she walked slowly to the door. Are we together? Now, this is correct. Now, we have she. I told you it's our pronoun, which is the subject. Now, we are above saying just pronouns and subject. So she walked slowly to the door. Are we together? Now, to the door, I told you it's a prepositional phrase. Now, the big focus is slowly. How did she walk? She walked slowly. Right, come with me here. The wind blew violently. So, these are simple things. I mean, these things that I'm teaching you here are the simplest things that you should have in your fingertips. Now, look at this. The wind. I told you there is an article, so the wind is our subject in this case. The wind blew. Blew is what? The predicate. That is the verb, the action. The wind blew violently. Now, violently is what we want. How did the wind blow? It blew violently. Are we together? Now, look, come with me here to the last sentence. I frequently visit the library. You can hear even the word frequently. It is habitual. It happens day to day, every time, every moment. So, I frequently visit the library. So, how often does our subject, who is I, visit the what? The library. So, we have I as what? Our subject. This is our subject. I frequently visit the what? The library. So it's how often. Visit will be our what? Action, predicate. These are simple things, simple things, simple things. So visit is our predicate. That is action. That's the verb. That's the verb. Are we together? I frequently visit the library. The library will also now be our noun. This is a noun here. This is a noun phrase. The library is a noun phrase. So it is I frequently visit the library. Are we together? So good people, I've taught you about using adverbs. This is a critical lesson. Remember, I'm here to make sure that you learn great and learn high. These lessons are meant for you. Tomorrow, when I'm teaching lesson number 15, come with a friend. Thank you so much. May you have a good moment. Thank you so much. Subscribe.